Hi, I'm Lynn Wise, and joining me today via Skype is Adriano Bosoni to talk about Germany's changing response to the refugee crisis. So, Adriano, Germany has had this open door policy when it comes to refugees, but pressure is increasing on German Chancellor Angela Merkel to change that response. How is she responding to refugees now?
What we currently see in Germany is that many voters are concerned about the social, political, and economic impact of the migration crisis. Let's keep in mind that last year Germany received over 1 million asylum seekers. And this is making politicians nervous. We have seen members of the German government pressuring Angela Merkel to do more and to toughen her position on migrants. And we have seen that over the past 3 or 4 months, she has slightly changed her position. Germany has introduced more border controls. Germany has been deporting more people. Germany has been saying that it will limit the access to benefits for migrants. But this is not enough for some members of the government, and we see that the pressure is still on the chancellor to do more.
So is there a chance that she could be pushed from office, or how does this affect her?
At this point, I don't think her position is at stake. Nobody in Germany is ready for early elections. The right-wing Alternative for Germany party, which criticizes immigration, has seen its popularity rise. So nobody wants to hold elections in the current environment. The interesting thing is that this is the second rebellion that Merkel faces within a year. Last year, some conservative lawmakers voted against the third bailout program for Greece, and now a similar number of parliamentarians are challenging the chancellor's official position on the migration crisis. So regardless of whether or not Merkel keeps her job, the important thing is that we see some resistance growing in Germany to different aspects of the process of EU integration, from the membership of the Eurozone to the free movement of people in Europe.
So I guess the bigger question behind all of this is really the durability of the European Union. If Germany becomes more isolationist in its policies, what does that mean for the European project?
The interesting thing is that the two largest political and economic forces in Europe, Germany and France, will hold elections in 2017. And we have seen that nationalist forces are growing, particularly in France with the National Front, but also in Germany with this Alternative for Germany party. This will affect policies in both countries, even if those parties don't actually access power. And we will progressively see attempts to freeze or even reverse the process of European integration. So the main takeaway is that what became as an economic crisis in Europe fast evolved into a political crisis, with different political parties questioning different aspects of the process of continental integration. And we see that trend is slowly arriving to the largest economies in the bloc.
Germany hasn't introduced a quota, as has Austria, for example. What happens if a quota is implemented? What happens to all of these asylum seekers, the refugees? Where do they go?
We have seen that Germany's strategy to cope with the crisis has two main elements. On the one hand, Germany wants Turkey to cooperate more in keeping asylum seekers in Turkey. We have also seen that Germany wants Greece and Italy to build more reception centers in their territories, and they want asylum seekers to be redistributed across the continental bloc. But we have seen that those strategies are not really working. So what we will see in the coming weeks and months are countries making more unilateral moves, like the one Austria made when it announced the introduction of a quota. This will create a domino effect because other countries will be under pressure to apply similar measures. And we think that countries along the Balkan route, which connects Turkey to Austria, will start introducing more border controls. They will probably introduce some quotas. They will probably build even fences to keep the immigrants from entering their countries. At the end of the day, there will not be a single solution to the crisis, because as long as there is war in Syria, people will still try to enter the EU. But there will not be a single solution, but a combination of failing EU policies and many, many unilateral moves by member states.
What kind of policies will Germany be able to implement domestically to ensure that refugees are able to create a life in the country?
Well, that's the key question right now, because Germany has, on the one hand, to prevent more people from entering the country, but at the same time, it has to give jobs and education to the people who are already there. So the German government will have to spend some extra money in training programs, in vocational training. They will have to maybe subsidize some sectors of the economy to hire more people. So that's definitely the main challenge for Germany in the coming years.
Thank you so much, Adriano. This is really a challenging issue. Millions of lives are going to be impacted. For more on Europe and the immigration crisis, please visit stratfor.com.